Well, all right! Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world-famous As It Should Be Studios. Crystal Durant right here in the world-famous As It Should Be Studios.
Hi.
Tommy Von Voigt in the world-famous As It Should Be Studios.
Yeah.
How do you like that, huh?
How you like me now?
And it's the 80s.
It's the 80s.
Damn right it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you know.
Yep.
To Tommy, it's always the 80s. Yeah, we're going to be discussing our favorite TV themes of the 80s.
Yep.
Yeah, Tommy probably even has some.
A couple.
Yeah, a couple.
A few.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to wait.
2 or 3.
I get to start.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's right. As it should be. I start the 80s. The 80s begin with me.
Wow.
Yeah. We know this.
Oh my god.
We know this.
No,
You
this is all disputable. But go ahead, do your thing.
King of the 80s.
Oh, what the fuck?
King of the 80s.
Ah, I'm kidding.
King of the
I'm
bullshit.
kidding. All right, let me bring up my list. Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta keep you fed here. Okay, my list. I have honorable mentions.
Yeah, do you?
I have honorable mentions for the 80s.
I'm
How
gonna
do you
be
like
judging
that?
everything that you say. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, Night Court.
Oh, I love Night Court.
Yeah. Heart of the City.
Oh, Heart of the City.
I'm a sucker for that 80s sax vibe. You know, I
forgot about
Square Pegs.
Yes.
Saint Elsewhere.
Yes.
A show I've never watched, but just I've never watched the show, but every single week I heard that theme song wafting from a room in the apartment.
Yep.
You never watched it?
I've never once watched an episode. I've never watched an episode of Heart in the City either.
Oh, we
That
don't
matter.
have to have actually even watched or liked the shows that we're talking about. That's the thing about this.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to. But,
Yeah,
that
but
was
I
a great show,
remember the
Saint
theme.
Elsewhere. Wow.
Like, even never having seen a single episode, the opening of that show is as vivid of a memory from that time as anything.
Yeah.
You know?
That's great.
What else we have? Family Ties, which I originally had on my least fave because at the time I hated that theme song, and it still kind of bugs me. I don't know. It's kind of nostalgia now, but you know, it's nostalgic. But I really,
Oh boy.
it's weird. I'm crossing a weird. I'm just like doing this sort of weird balance.
Weird
because
dance with
on the
it.
cuff.
I'm doing a weird dance with it,
All right.
but it's honorable mention.
All right.
All right. So, but now to my number 10. My actual 10 theme song list. And that is number 10, Golden Girls from 1985 to 1992.
Yay.
Got them back here, making sure everything goes good to make sure it's actually on the list.
Yep.
And, yeah, you know, of course, as we all know, that is Thank You for Being a Friend by, what's it, Andrew Gold. Andrew
Yep.
Gold.
Love Andrew Gold.
Andrew Golden. And on to my number 9, Newhart. Bob Newhart's 80s show.
Love.
Yeah.
So good.
You know, I was so bummed not to be able to get Bob Newhart's 70s show theme on my list. So I'm happy to at least be able to get the 80s one.
Now, did you watch the show?
Not regularly, but I have watched it.
Okay.
You know, it's not something that I watch every week, but I've seen numerous episodes of it.
Yeah, it's a great show.
But my number 8 is a show I watched religiously. I was anticipating the very first episode of it, in fact. Mork and Mindy.
Yeah.
1978 to 1982. Oh, man. Because, of course, Mork had been on Happy Days.
Yes.
And I saw that the night it first aired. And then when they were having a show, it was weird. I don't know why I was so...
Into it?
Yeah, it was this weird thing where like you just knew about it in advance and you anticipated it. It wasn't like the show came out. It was like, oh, there's this new show. Like you knew ahead of time, like, oh, Mork and Mindy.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
They built it up. It was such a weird thing.
Yeah. And it came out in the 70s, but you know there are more 80s
Shows.
seasons, and I
Yeah.
just decided, you know,
It's
the
80s.
70s needed all the room on the list it could get. So. Another show that I watched from episode 1 and kept watching it until it kind of went, Give Me a Break.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It tanked pretty quickly.
Yeah, the first season or two were good, but
Yeah.
it just kind of went,
It was not written well.
well, like Bosom Buddies. Bosom Buddies, I think, was only 2 seasons. The first season was amazing. The second season was just like...
Terrible. A lot of shark jumping.
Yeah, like
that.
really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
And number 6, a show that I watched not religiously, but with a fair amount of regularity, and I really liked it. Benson.
Oh my god, I loved Benson.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So good.
It's funny. Years ago, it used to be when I was on the train. We'd always be on the train, like at a regular time, coming home from work, and every single day there would be this guy on the train who looked just like Robert Guillaume, but like how Robert Guillaume would look at that time. Like he was a little older, and I was like, is that him? Is that like it wasn't him, but it was like, damn, that really, Anyway, so my number 5. Now here's a show I watched religiously again until it went. Different Strokes. Oh yeah, Different Strokes, 1978 to 1986. Yeah. And number 4, a show that I have never watched. I've probably seen a scene or two, and I didn't like the theme at the time because I just found it really kind of adult contemporary. Just basically like shoulder pads and a mom and shoulder pads is what I pictured when I heard this song.
Yeah.
Moonlighting.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it at the time, but talk about being nostalgic now. Nostalgic, yeah.
Such a good show.
Oh, my God. My number 3. Okay, another show I've never, ever, ever watched a single episode of, but Jesus Christ does this one take me back. It's just like, takes my breath away to that point. That's how much it just like thrusts me into that moment in time. Hill Street Blues.
Oh, yeah.
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 Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then another one. Now number 2. My number 2 is a show that I definitely watched. Really loved it, but again, just like a lot of these shows, it just went to the dogs after like maybe 2 or 3 seasons. Too Close for Comfort.
Oh, I forgot all about that one.
With Ted Knight.
Oh, that was
that
good.
theme song. Oh, that just like Hill Street Blues, just takes me right there, right to that moment. My number one 80s TV theme. No contest. Cheers. I mean, come on, Cheers. Absolutely.
No comment.
This whole past year, every time I've gotten on a plane, Cheers has been right there, like on, to watch.
Really?
I've watched it every time. Just like, I haven't watched it in so long. It's like this warm bath feeling of like, Cheers. But yeah, Cheers. You can't go wrong.
I mean, no one's going to come for you about
Nobody's
that.
going to come for me. I don't think anybody's going to come for me about any of these, really. I mean, this is all... It's good stuff, and you know
The
it.
look on Crystal's face just now.
Okay, she doesn't like...
She's coming for you.
Okay, there's something on your hate list.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, well, let me guess. Let's see, which one do you hate? Is it Mork and Mindy? Is it...
Oh, we'll find out.
Oh, wow, okay.
Right after these messages.
We'll be right back.
Tuesday on Three's Company.
Do you know what I really want you to do?
And look out,
I'm pregnant.
it's the season premiere. Too Close for Comfort.
Maybe going on 52, fella, but you're still dangerous.
Then, they're killers. Jonathan and Jennifer try to turn the tables on Murder in Acapulco. Heart to heart.
Tuesday, starting at 9, 8 Central Mountain on ABC.
I'm in favor of marriage, especially if it's mine. A good marriage is based on honesty, compassion, and trust. Funds. You left out the most important thing, love.
That's because she'll have trouble finding someone who loves her as much as she does.
The Facts of Life Wednesday.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third.
Will you give me a break?
No, Nell. First is Different Strokes, then it's Give Me a Break.
What you talking about?
I'm talking about Thursdays.
All right.
Oh, yeah, Tokyo
All
Tommy,
right.
let's give us your list, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Tommy.
The 80s.
Okay, I will admit it right now. The actual real king of the 80s.
Right there, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
But don't tell anybody I told you so.
Yeah, don't let Tommy know because
Don't let
this
Tommy know
Oh,
that
my
I've been
God,
there.
we'll never hear the end
Jesus
of
Christ, no, you won't. Okay, so when we did 60s themes and we did 70s themes, I was a very, very good boy. And I did not go crazy with honorable mentions.
A very, very good boy.
Instead, he bummed out that we had honorable mentions, even though he was going to have them in his favorite decade. Do as I say, not as I do.
Well, ultimately, it's because I do what I
want.
want.
Oh, right. I forgot
and what
about
I
that.
want to do is list all my honorable mentions for 80s TV themes.
Okay.
Oh, well.
I simply could not help myself.
Well, honorable on, dude.
All right.
Honorable.
We've got from 84 to 94, Kids Incorporated. Yes.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
We've got from 88 to 89, Good Morning Miss Bliss, starring Haley Mills, which was the original version of Saved by the Bell.
What?
Oh Jesus! I had no idea.
Yes. After that first season, they retooled the whole show, got rid of her, called it Saved by the Bell, and centered it around all the kids.
Was she a teacher?
I think she was the teacher, yeah.
Wow.
But like they still had Mr. Belding was the principal, and all the
Yeah.
kids, all the students, like Zach and all them, they were all in
all
it.
there.
But they changed the nature of the show, changed the theme, got rid of her, changed the whole thing up, turned it into Saved by the Bell.
Was she
Wow.
that terrible?
I don't know why they decided. I'm sure it was perfectly fine, but maybe
Maybe it was some sort of
thought needed
contractual thing
direction.
where she wanted money or
Could have
whatever.
been,
and they're like,
yeah.
yeah, screw you.
Wow.
And kicked her out like Suzanne Summers.
could be.
You know.
Then we have from 87 to 1990, My Two Dads.
Ah, my
Yup.
U2 dads.
Yep.
Dads.
From 83 to 87, we got Fraggle Rock.
Oh, Fraggle Rock.
From 84 to 87, we have Airwolf.
Airwolf, yeah.
From 80 to 88, Magnum PI.
That's a good one.
I got from 82 to 86, Knight Rider. I got
Night Rocker.
From Night Rocker. From 84 to 90, Charles in Charge.
Charles in Charge.
Yup.
Wow.
Well, that's a big thumbs down for Charles himself.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other
Yeah.
conversation. That's for
Remember
sure.
that theme, though.
From Charles in Charge of our wrongs and our rights. That one.
Oh, okay.
I want Charles in charge of me. Charles.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very catchy.
Paul?
I haven't watched the show, but I've
This
seen,
man is
you know,
full of surprises.
you know.
From 85 to 92, MacGyver.
Oh, my God.
Love MacGyver. Okay, we got from 83 to 86, Hardcastle and McCormick. Yes.
man.
How did that go?
That's the one that's like, drive for bananas. Like,
I remember the show, but I don't remember the theme.
Wow.
So it's just hard
okay.
rocking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From 85 to 90, we've got 227.
Oh, 227.
Yep.
Yes.
From 81 to 89, I've got Dynasty.
Oh, yeah.
Love the
Dude,
Dynasty theme.
For Unmasked, but you know.
Yes.
Sorry.
Well, Unmasked has Tomorrow.
Yes,
It's a great song.
and I do
Yeah.
actually prefer Dynasty, but I
Oh,
couldn't
my
resist it.
God.
From 86 to 90, Alf. And my final runner-up from 84 to 90, Miami Vice.
Love,
Wow.
love.
Those are just my honorable mentions.
That's
Yeah, this must be chock-a-block because I'm really shocked that Miami Vice isn't straight up on the list.
Yeah.
And like
But-
in the top 5.
Because this list is...
Yeah.
So, my number 10, from 82 to 90, Newhart. It is just a genuinely beautiful, moving piece of music.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that was the 80s were the last decade when shows had their own themes, like a well-written, well-thought-out, well-considered theme song that meant that show.
Yeah.
You know, after a while it started to be either it was just an existing hit song from a couple decades prior, or you kind of didn't really have anything resembling a theme song of any sort.
You get a little bit in the 90s when we get to that episode, but some of that is actually spilled over from
Yeah.
if the show started in 88, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
And a lot of those. Never mind. Go ahead, Tom.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say a lot of the '80s stuff was like pure instrumental. Like there were shows that had a lot of lyrics, but a lot of them did not.
Yeah, although
Instrumentals took over.
I will say though that for my list, as you'll see, the majority of them tend to be the ones that are actual proper songs.
Okay.
Yeah. So my number 9, interestingly enough, you said this went to 86. I thought it stopped in 85. I have from 78 to 85 the theme from Different Strokes. So I don't know if
I
there was some kind of like syndication thing or what.
I don't know. That's what I wrote, having looked it up on Wikipedia. Either the information there was wrong, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I misread it. And
one of us is mistaken. I don't know, but it ended
know in the
in
comments.
the 80s.
One of you was drunk. Okay.
Yeah, one of us is drunk. I'm drunk on Clearly Canadian right now.
Sooner or later.
My number 8, obviously, from 85 to 92. Thank You for Being a Friend. Theme from Golden Girls. How can I not have that on my list?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My number 7, a show that I never actually really cared about, from 82 to 93. Cheers. But you cannot deny that theme.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised you don't like the show though.
Excuse me.
It's
That
just
really
one of those
wasn't
really
my
strong
speed, man.
ensemble casts. Like I'm always a sucker for those shows where.
I caught some episodes of it when I was a kid, but I never really got into the show
thing.
itself. But I mean, the theme is great. It's a fantastic song. My number 6, from 79 to 88, a song written by Alan Thicke and Gloria Loring, the Facts of Life theme.
That is correct, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. He also wrote the theme. They both actually wrote the theme for Different Strokes. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 5, from 1981 to 1983. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Theme from The Greatest American Hero.
Oh man.
Yes.
Now we on the 70s episodes we talked a lot about theme songs that you heard on the radio all the time. That was so one of those. Now, do you remember hearing that on the radio all the time back at the time? Because I don't know about it, how. Because you were pretty young.
I was really little.
That shit was on the radio all the time.
I would have loved that. I would have loved that.
All of the time. And it was so ubiquitous that it was spoofed by Seinfeld.
Yeah, when
later
George
on.
puts it, believe it or not, George isn't at home.
Please leave a message at the beep. Yeah.
I do remember actually watching a couple episodes of the show when I was a little kid.
It was
and
a
I loved
great
it.
show.
I loved it.
William Cat, he was so great. I love that show.
My number 4, from 78 to 91, Dallas.
Yeah.
I love the theme from Dallas.
Yeah, that's good.
My number 3, from 1986 to 1993, Nothing's Gonna Stop Me Now, the theme from Perfect Strangers. Oh, I love it. And I loved that show. I watched every damn episode of Perfect Strangers.
I never watched that show.
I loved the first season. It was great.
So much fun. My number 2. This theme, my number 2, is like just getting into bed and putting a nice cozy blanket on, and it's just such a comforting thing, you know. It's just from 1984 to 1988. Every Time I Turn Around by Gary Portnoy, the theme from Punky Brewster.
Oh, wow.
Same guy that did the Cheers song, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny is I hated that show so much that I went and go, okay, let me look up that theme because that's gotta go on my hate list. And then I was like, and I listened to it and I was like, well, I mean, I'm not into it, but yeah, that does not suck. I'm not gonna put it on my hate list.
You can't be mad at that song.
Yeah.
For me, I absolutely love it. I watched the hell out of Punky Brewster. I love that show.
Yeah, it's well, you know, that's
What year did that
is,
start?
84 to 88.
Oh, yeah.
Now that is an age thing. That you were at exactly the age.
I was
that,
exactly who they were trying to reach.
That was exactly for you.
This is where the
My
age
sister
gap-
loved it and I hated it.
Yep.
You know.
This is where the age gap comes in, because
Yeah.
1984 I was in college.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punky Brewster. Wow.
But my number 1 that managed to actually beat the theme from Punky Brewster, sung by B.J. Thomas, As Long As We Got Each Other, the theme from Growing Pains from 85 to 92. Holy shit, I love this song.
Oh, Blowjob Thomas strikes again.
Oh my god, I love this song.
How does it go again?
As long as we got each other. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
So I'm mixing that up with Together We're Gonna Find Out. They all sounded like that. What show is that?
I'm forgetting.
Yeah, it's like that. It's kind of like
very familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So there you go.
Yep.
That's
Tommy's
good lift.
favorite TV themes of the 80s.
Good lift.
And you can quote me.
Now you know.
Now you know.
All right. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Wednesday, the surprise is out of the box. It's a gift of love and laughter.
We're here!
A new comedy, Family Ties. Meredith Baxter Birney and Michael Gross stars flower children of the 60s raising a family in the 80s.
This guy sounds like he's in pain. He's supposed to be in pain. He's a folk singer.
Family Ties, coming to the box in your house Wednesday.
Thursday Cheers meets Diane's new lover. Ooh. Will Sam go for it? Ooh. Will anybody go for it? Ooh. Then on Night Court.
Get as rough as you want, boys. I'm numb.
Can Harry explain his strange effect on women to a sexy new attorney?
Come on down.
Night Court.
And on Hill Street Blues, can a distraught father be stopped from making a fatal mistake?
Prepare to assault.
Thursday.
Saturday in the Golden Girls. Has Blanche found the perfect man, or will the romance end before it starts?
The man is a scuzzball. So full of the things you say.
Then on 227, Sandra's got the hots for Mary's brother.
Sandra and you, sisters-in-law.
Can she wiggle her way into his heart?
I put starch in her underwear. Saturday.
Find our way.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It was Silver Spoons.
Yep.
For those who
Silver
who-
Spoons.
Silver
We're
Spoons.
paying attention.
All right. Well, actually, they knew. They were already.
Yeah, they were already.
Comment.
They were already
Yeah,
coming
we
for
beat
us.
ya.
Yep.
Waiting.
All right. Well, it's time for Crystal.
Oh, yeah.
I think Crystal probably got a list.
I got lift. I got lots of lift.
What that list?
Here's my runners up list. Okay. I have the Golden Girls, Mr. Belvedere, the A-Team. I love the A-Team. Loved it. Magnum P.I., Hill Street Blues. So my college roommate, she just used to run around singing that. Hill Street Blues, Hill Street Blues, Hill Street Blues, Hill Street Blues. Diane, you know that was you. Remington Steele. Murder, She Wrote.
Oh gosh, Murder, She Wrote.
Love Murder, She Wrote. Oh, so good. It's a Living.
It's a living.
Yes.
Which eventually became Making a Living.
That is correct.
Yeah. Why was that?
I don't know why they did
It was like one season of It's a
thing.
Living, or maybe I think it was maybe even just like the first 13 episodes. It was It's a Living, and then it became Making a
The
Living.
word "it's" wanted more money, and
It's was a bit more in demand.
It was a contractual fight. Then I have The Young Ones.
Oh God, The Young Ones.
Yes, The Young Ones, which I did not pay attention to. My sister really got into it, and then she was like, "Why are you not watching this?" And then I started watching it. Also coming in from England, the EastEnders theme. Loved that. You familiar with that?
Mm-mm.
You know that?
No.
It was it's still running. It's like a 8,000-year-old soap opera in England.
One of those.
And it's very, it's an instrumental and it's kind of slow, but it's ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
It's so kind of corny, but I like that. And then Newhart. But on my list, this is my list.
Got two lists.
Coming in number 10, I got Dynasty, the theme from Dynasty. Loved it. Coming in at number 9, I have the theme to Roseanne.
Oh.
Now, it changed over the years. The part that I did not like was when what's his face, John Popper, sang.
Oh.
It.
Oh, I didn't know they did that at one point.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, they did do that, and he was like, I don't know if he wrote the lyrics to it, but he sang the theme.
That's enough.
And that was a no boy for me. But I still like the theme because it was very much. It was a great reflection of the show and the characters and the whole theme of the thing.
It was actually, yeah, you're right. It was exactly the perfect theme for that show.
Spot on. Yeah. So I love that. Coming in at number 8, I have the theme to Moonlighting.
Ooh.
Some go
yes.
by night, some by day. Al Jarreau. And that was it was a radio hit.
And yeah, it was on the radio.
Yeah.
Not as much as
Greatest American Hero.
But yeah, you did
but
hear
it was,
that on the radio.
It was good. Adult contemporary stations played it all the
Yes.
time. Coming at number 7, I have Night Court. I love the show. I love the theme. It's so good. Did you ever watch the show?
A little bit.
I love that show. It was great. Even the reboot was good that they did
I
recently.
didn't know about the reboot. When did that come out?
Like 3 or 4 years ago.
We're talking recent.
Recent, yeah. John Larroquette came back.
No shit.
And and he was so great. Really good. They brought in another black woman to take the part of Roz, but Roz,
Is Roz no longer with us?
Is she? No, I think she's still alive. Like I think she came back and guested 1 or 2 times, something like that. But Night Court is really great.
Did you know that there's a couple other shows they did reboots recently of? They did Roseanne, and then Roseanne fucked that up.
But it's still on.
So they changed it to the Connors.
Yeah, they kicked her out.
They did Full House, and now it's Fuller House. And like 2 years ago, they even did a new season of Punky Brewster.
Really?
In my travels,
they actually
looking up
did
shit
that.
for this episode, I caught that. That's interesting.
Yes, super interesting.
It?
No, I didn't even know it. I didn't know
it was on.
I didn't find that out until I was doing my research for my list.
You found out the same way I did, yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Anyway.
All right, coming in at number 6. Square peg, square peg, square, square peg.
Always, never quite right.
I love it.
I'd like it if they like us, but I don't think they like us.
That shit is so quintessential 80s.
Oh, God, yes.
New
that
wave
is the most 80s
thing.
theme song in history. But it's distinctly early 80s, though.
Yeah. It was so good. I love it. Yes. Coming in at number 5, I have The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
And you see the whole thing in your head until they get on the couch.
Doesn't that run from like 1987 to like 25, 26?
89, I think.
89 to 25, 26.
So you can honestly, you have your choice of decades. You can put that fucking show in.
This is still on.
Still on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Still on.
It's still on. It's still hilarious. If I happen to catch it on a Sunday night, I'm still laughing until I'm crying. I don't know what kind of magic is going on over there, but it's still a hilarious show. Coming at number 4, I have Miami Vice. Another quintessential 80s show, middle to late 80s. Jan Hammer, what the fuck, man? So good. Coming in number 3, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Oh.
Yeah. So good.
So good. Coming in at number 2, I got a tie.
You know what? So do I.
Oh shit! Number 2, that's a tie. And that tie is between A Different World and 227.
Nicely done. Get that 227 in there.
Gotta get the 227 in there. That was like a last minute squeeze play. So A Different World, you had Aretha Franklin singing that theme song. And at the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, this song really isn't that great. I don't know what's happening here. But it grew on me. And somebody else wound up singing it before the show went off.
Well, Boyz II Men did the later one, but Phoebe Snow did the first
Phoebe
season.
Snow, yeah. It was Phoebe Snow, and then Aretha Franklin, and then Boyz II Men, yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. Really, really good. And 227, you got Marla Gibbs singing her own fucking theme song. I mean, what the fuck? So great. Yeah, child. Ooh, doo, doo. Yeah. So good. So black.
It's black,
So
blackity,
good.
black, y'all.
Blackity, black, y'all. Because it's black, y'all, and it's black, y'all, and it's blackity, black, and it's black, y'all. We're coming in at number 1. My number 1 favorite 1980s decade TV theme song is the theme to The Cosby Show.
Oh, shit.
Now, that is epic because they changed it every season.
Yeah, I guess they did, didn't they?
And they went from a beginning which was like kind of corny. They did an epic sweeping like Broadway thing where they were dancing, and they did a jazz thing, they did a hip-hop thing. It was so good. I loved that theme, and he co-wrote it. It was great.
Talk about separating the art from the artist.
We do it all the time.
We do it all the time.
We do it all the time.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Painters, actors, singers, whatever.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I can't, if it's fucked up, like we said before, but I can't deny it.
If a song is good, a song is good.
Yeah, the whole thing about him, it's very sad, but still. That was my number 1.
All right.
Ah, yeah.
Well, I think we got some more commercials. I'm pretty sure. Here we go.
MacGyver at your service, ma'am.
Things aren't always what they seem to be.
What? Now!
The Kinky Trap for MacGyver, Monday. Tuesday, Mark Harmon's making his move.
Just jealous. Of me, of him, of us.
Maddie's torn between Mr. Perfect and Mr. Addison.
Hunk cities. What are we going to
The
do?
love story continues on an all-new Moonlighting.
Wednesday, when the boys teach a friend the ropes. Take me.
I don't think so.
Some questions have to be asked.
Hi, boys.
Are you naked under that coat?
Perfect strangers. Then the nerds let their hair down.
Are we being silly?
Head of the class.
Wednesday.
Monday, Emma's chased by a lovesick you.
I'd be flattered. I'd be furious. I'd be making out in the gym.
Then, will Sam survive her flashback to the 60s?
Oh, these are actually my clothes.
And on Newhart, double dating has poor Dick and a dither.
I just hope I'm the one you end up with tonight.
We'll see how you do.
Then on the Kavanaughs,
This is medium starch.
Family Life gives Kit the blues.
It's not easy being a Kavanaugh.
Monday.
All right, well.
Ooh, it's time to hate.
Yeah. I hate theme songs.
I hate coconuts. Yeah.
I also hate hair in my mouth, but you know, you guys have become used to that. All right, so I'm hating first.
Right out the gate, filled with hate.
That's right. Right out
Gate
the gate.
hate.
Gate hate.
All right, so my worst of list, my runners up here, I have the Brady Brides. Do you remember the fucking Brady Brides?
No, I don't.
Wow, my head hurts.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so the Brady Bunch ends in 74. Ooh. They come back in 77 and do a variety show. Did you know about that?
I think I heard about that, yeah.
Yes, they did like a total Donnie and Marie, Sonny and Cher style variety show,
like
but
the
with
Brady
the Brady
kids.
Bunch hosting, singing and dancing, the whole thing, all the same guests, Rip Taylor, the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Sam the Butcher was on it. I mean,
you name it. Alice.
Just go to YouTube.
They had a fake Jan though. Jan was the one person who was like, "Oh
smart.
hell no,
Fuck
I'm not
this.
doing that."
Oh really?
So
Eve was not
then that
happy.
only lasts you just a few episodes, and then they disappear again. And in 1981, they come back with a new show, The Brady Brides. Marcia and Jan both get married at the same time, and they have a double wedding. And the new series is based around basically their lives, and they all room together. They all, Marcia, Jan, and their husbands all live together in the same apartment.
house.
And all the other cast members show up regularly. Like Mom's always coming to the door. Alice is always coming over with cookies. And that lasted maybe a season, if that.
If that, yeah.
But the theme song is just like a really bad early 80s rewrite with different lyrics. And blah, 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 they're headed for a double wedding. And the Brady Brides.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Brady Bunch is one of my favorite shows. I don't even like the actual Brady Bunch theme that much.
It's not a good scene.
So
it's not a good
the
song.
remakes of it, go fuck yourself with that.
Oh my
All right.
God.
Silver Spoons! Which is funny that I was forgetting it's on my list. I already had forgotten. Okay, well, here you go. Joni Loves Chachi.
Oh,
fuck me. Have you ever heard that one?
I did hear that one. Yeah.
Oh my god. A terrible show, but the theme song was just so...
It starts out with Chachi playing
At the piano. It's so sensitive. Yeah, fuck
I don't
that.
even... Yeah.
Which leads us to Charles in Charge. Ah, man, I hated that show. And we're talking before I knew that Scott Baio
was a douche.
Was Scott Baio. I just never liked that show, and I always hated that theme song. Speaking of shows that I hated, where I also hated the theme song, Full House. Ugh.
Oh, earworm.
Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah.
But this one, man. This is my last runner-up, but man, this packs the kind of punch where it should be my worst of, but it's Cops. Oh, fuck Cops. Oh, fuck that. Everything about that show and that theme song, just
Yeah, that's a whole conversation.
Well, I knew you'd hate that because you can't stand reggae right off the bat.
But it's just, you know what it is? I realize that's an existing song that they use, but I just associate it with that
the
show.
Everybody's
so everything
does.
about the way
Yeah.
I feel about that is wrapped around that show.
Yeah, of course.
And the kind of culture that it's
Yeah.
wrapped up in. Anyway,
Cups.
but my absolute worst TV theme song. Crystal will remember this. I will be impressed if you know this one, Tommy. But Love Sydney.
Oh my God.
Don't know. I don't never heard that song.
Sydney.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh.
This was a short-lived. I mean, I guess it was a season or maybe two.
Maybe.
Tony Randall playing this guy Sydney. Now it was him with rooming with a woman that he was friends with who had a child, and she was a single mom. Now the unspoken part of the show, but it's definitely a very clear part of it, is that Sydney was gay. Mm-hmm. So Tony Randall is playing this just single, alone, gay guy who brings these people into his house. And I remember as a kid watching the show, I really liked the show, but I always hated the theme song. Please believe me, lately my whole world is changing. It was the thing is, it was sung by the cast members. At first, it comes in and it's Tony Randall singing like in his little deep Broadway style, and then the woman comes in, the mom comes in and sings, and then the child comes in. And it's terrible. It's fucking terrible. It's so bad that I put it as worse than Cops.
That's pretty bad.
But it was a very, very controversial show at the time because he was a gay character. But like nowadays, I say that and nobody flinches. But like in '81 or whatever that was,
they couldn't make it clear that he was.
It was never spoken directly. You just knew.
Oh, for Christ's
Because
sake.
what would a man be doing living by himself, not talking about an ex-wife or have his own kids, and then bring in a wayward woman and her child? Only a gay man is going to do that.
Oh, the scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was already persnickety from The Odd Couple, so 2 + 2 = 4.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so there you go. So Tommy, I know it's probably going to be tough for you to hate some 80s, but maybe?
Well,
something.
So, I have 2 runners-up, and then a worst. First runner-up from 1985 to 1990. Crystal, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Mr. Belvedere.
All right. That's fine.
Oh, I couldn't stand that damn song. Because it would come on, and like the beginning would be like that really pretty piano part, and then it would go into like this quasi ragtime fucking shambling bullshit, and I'm just like, fuck this crap. Even as a kid, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Next.
Wait, as a kid, you didn't like ragtime?
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow, Tommy.
Really?
I know. All right. Next, a show that ran from 84 to 92, The Cosby Show. I could not stand The Cosby Show, and it's several different themes.
Even back before we knew, huh?
Before we even knew.
You didn't like the show at all?
I did not like the show. I did not like the themes.
That's racist.
It's
No, it's fine. A lot of people hated it. I get it.
Nah, look, the show was, I guess, I can't say I hated the show. Just, I didn't like it. I didn't watch it. It didn't do anything for me. But the themes that would come on, and it'd be some corny-ass music, and then Bill would come out.
So good. I loved it.
Like, fuck you.
I loved it.
Fucking hokey motherfucker. I couldn't stand that shit, man. And then it turns out he's a goddamn monster.
Well, what are you going to do?
But my actual worst from the 80s, from 1979 to 1985, just the good old boys.
Oh. And Corral.
And Corral.
Fuck.
Okay, now that makes more sense. Now everything's DJ crystal clear to me, because I had that on my 70s, and I thought, how the fuck could that not be on Tommy's worst of? That's why.
I obviously associate that show with the 80s. I mean, it ran deep into the 80s, and that's when I saw it. But I used to sometimes enjoy watching the show. I didn't really understand the significance of how problematic the rebel flag on the hood of the car, on the roof of the car, was. But the show was stupid fun. The characters were idiots, and it was like, oh, they're jumping the car again. I was too young to be mad that they were destroying that many Dodge Chargers, because that was a little later in life. I was like, fuck this show! But every time it would come on, I had to like just sit and just get through that goddamn intro theme.
Why didn't you just turn the volume off?
Because I would have had to get up and go across the room.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have remote controls back
Oh,
then?
we sure as hell didn't.
Oh. Well, I can understand that.
Well.
So that's mine.
Okay.
All right. Crystal! Okay. Here's my list of hatred for these TV shows. Coming in, who cares? Cheers.
Oh, that's the one she was gonna come for you over.
I'm sorry.
If I would do a whole list trying to figure it out, that's one of the last ones I would have expected.
Yeah, I can't.
I suspected
What
that was
is
the
it
one.
about?
I cannot
suspected
with
it.
that show.
Really? What is it about that?
Theme. It's just, I don't like the guy's voice. Everything you got. I don't like it.
Making you anywhere with you got.
Should help a lot.
I love it, but I can actually.
Like the chorus is okay, but I just sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Bum, 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 bum. I can't stand it.
And she can't stand it no more.
I can't stand this no more. And, I mean, I love the show, but you know, like you, when the second the first piano note, well, I just clicked the remote and turned the volume off.
For her, it's
somebody was more privileged than others.
Yeah.
It's like the sad helicopters coming.
There was your sad helicopters.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That is my sad helicopters.
Oh no.
Yeah, cheers. I can't with that.
I'm so sorry.
I also have Married with Children.
Oh.
Now I love me some Frank Sinatra, and I love that song, but it's just the juxtaposition of it with that show. And then they ruined it because there's the love and marriage clung at the end where they had the ugly typeface.
Yeah, when they bring
melting,
the
whatever.
theme or the title. In
Yeah.
there.
See, I want to comment on that real quick because I was going to bring something up, I think, when we do the next episode, which is going to be 90s, where there are some shows I feel like the theme is almost cheating, and I don't know what to do with it. Because that one is an established classic song
yeah.
that they just reused as a theme.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, whether or not you want to put it on your hate or love list, I almost feel like it's almost not fair because it's not...
To have it on the list at all?
To be competing with songs that were written expressly for the purposes
I get
of that.
it.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I mean, this was their cheeky...
Yeah. I mean, I get why they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I absolutely had to resort to some of those for the 90s, without question.
One of mine in the 90s.
There was no way I could have even gotten the list if I hadn't done that.
I don't know. I'll get to that when we get there. Then I have Baywatch, the theme to Baywatch.
Oh, shit. Well, and the show.
Yeah. Then I've got Different Strokes. Sorry.
Oh,
not a fan, huh?
Not a fan. Yeah. And for a lot of these things, it was hard to separate the show from the theme. You know, like I hate the show, so I automatically hate the theme. But no, I did not like this theme. And I hated the show.
You hated Different Strokes?
I hated Different Strokes. I hated it.
Wow.
To me, it was so
What you talking about, Chris?
it was so pandering and like low-key racist and just not a good look. It was not a good look in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the white saviors, oh, these two black orphans, oh, this kid with a kidney condition we don't know about with the chubby cheeks, what you talking about? Bah, bah, bah. Like, that wore on my nerves as much as Dynamite toward the end of Good Times.
Right. Well, it got more and more cartoony.
Yeah, and then it was, they also kind of like shoehorned in these episodes of
the very special episodes.
Lessons.
Thank you. And it
Yeah.
was just like, come on.
There was always this very special episode
Oh,
of
yeah.
Different Strokes.
Yeah, I did
like
not
the time
like
when
it.
they had some guy molesting.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, the molestation episode. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Which I mean it was a good thought, and it is something like, well, if kids are watching this show, we need to make them aware of, you know, like, don't let anybody touch you or kidnap you, or you learn to say no and all that. I get that, but I just did not like the way it was executed at all.
Well, those very special episodes were always very heavy-handed, like
yeah,
and very special.
Like, oh, you remember the one? What was it? What was it? The one where the Doobie Brothers?
That's what's happening.
That's what's happening.
And rerun.
That's
right?
what's happening.
And they have to teach him a lesson about pirating their music.
Yeah. Well, that's a classic. Among classics.
So I mean, Different Strokes was not the only show that was doing special episodes.
No, not at all.
I
don't say that at all. Not by a
close.
country mile, but just it was just too. Yeah, it was too white savior.
Yeah. See now,
and
I caught none of that because. I was
Why
like
would you?
8 or 9 when that came out, and I was white.
Yeah.
So how the fuck did I,
Yeah, that also missed me too.
Yeah, which is like, of course it's going to miss you. And I've only had those conversations with other black people.
Yeah.
And then when I tell white folks, they're like, it was the best thing ever. And I'm like, think about me watching it.
So then what are your thoughts on Webster?
Good night, everybody.
Crystal's right, everybody. Crystal's right.
He's going to be talking about it probably in a minute, I think. Yeah.
Sorry.
And up next, Webster. Terrible. Terrible for the same fucking reasons.
Damn it.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, and then after that, Silver Spoons. No. It's a... No, boy. No.
This is hilarious. Like 10 minutes ago, we were going, what's that theme song? Together. We're gonna none of us knew
both
it.
of you
we
had
had
it
that
on
shit
your
on our
hate
list.
Yeah. Because I made sure to put it way out of my brain.
And I probably like it and didn't put it on my list at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when I was making my list, I clicked on it and listened to it and went, oh yeah, that shit, and then put it on my list and then promptly forgot
about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's how this goes sometimes.
Then I got The Facts of Life.
You know what? Yeah.
I like that song.
I loved that show. But
yeah, the show was good. It also, jumped the shark in later years. But the first 2 times I heard it, I was like, oh, it's bouncy and bippity and girls and doo-doo-doo. And then by the 4th time, like, oh, I can't take this anymore. And I turned the volume off.
I do kind of like, it's only in the first season, that moment when Charlotte Rae comes in, when the boys you used to hate, you date.
Yeah. Oh, brother. And then I got It's Gary Shandling's show.
I forgot all about
this
that.
This is the theme to Gary Show.
Oh,
the
that.
Gary Shandling Show.
Oh.
It was an autobiographical thing, and I forget who sang it, quote unquote, and it was terrible. But the worst is the Dukes of Hazzard and Chorale. That is the worst. The worst. Just the good old boy. I mean, it reeks of...
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No thanks.
It's the sad thing about that is, I not for a second do I think that there was any ill intent behind the making of that song, but just the sound of that song just conjures up so much negative imagery that I associate with that sound and style.
Was that Waylon Jennings?
It was Waylon Jennings.
Yeah, and I love Waylon Jennings.
He's probably a decent dude.
I guess.
I don't know.
I never heard anything really terrible about him.
But it's just when I hear that kind of sound, it's all negative.
Yeah. It's
I always felt that way. It isn't one of those things where it kind of turned out, like, even at the time when it was new and I was exactly the right age for that to be for me, and I was like, nope.
No. So that's the end of my hatred.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just for now?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh shit! Let's find out.
Post Super Golden Crisp cereal, part of this nutritious breakfast.
Monday, you're in for a shocker when Patty lets Sydney's dark secret out of the closet.
You told.
I'm yours. Let's talk dirty.
Love Sydney. Then it's a family feud when Mallory can't keep up with Alex.
Maybe there's some kind of therapy group you can join for Sisters of Geniuses.
Family Ties.
Monday's terrific on NBC.
All right. It's time to get the hell out of here. We want to leave Dukes of Hazzard behind.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching our little mini series here as we continue, and thank you for subscribing if you have. But if you haven't, maybe consider subscribing. And if you do,
ring the bell.
Notifications. Anyway, and but come back next week because we're going to be discussing our favorite. Yes, we have some. Our favorite TV themes of the 90s.
The 90s. Yeah, the 90s. Oh my God. Yeah.
See you then.
Bye.
Checking to make sure.
Welcome. Yeah, I decided to do that first to get the fuck out of the way.
Oh, shut up!
No, I'm kidding. No, that's just the next one that's going to be up
in order.
Yeah, that's right. Except
in odor.
I will tolerate no 80s shade.
I will tolerate no 80s.
Is you what the even the TV shows? Jesus.
Tolerate no 80s.
No, there's some good stuff in here.
Who's going first?
Let's
80s?
find out. I think that's a good question. Let me.
Oh, come on. What are you doing?
If the answer is anything other than Tommy Von Voigt, we riot.
We riot. Oops.
I start.
What?
I get to start.
What?
Yeah.
I'm the 80s sandwich.
You get the... Oh, yeah.
I'm a sandwich.
Yeah,
Tommy's the 80s sandwich.
Yes.
Oh, well.
I'm the meat of this 80s sandwich.
Oh, well.
Okay. All right. Well.
Jeez. Oh, I get the last word. Yeah.
All right. So, shall we?
Yeah.
Surely.
I think the video's already on, so.
Yeah. Okay. Why not, right?
The intern snuck in when you weren't looking.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Well, all right!